When I was in my 20s, I started getting symptoms that I could not put my feet this close together without losing my balance. When I would have soup halfway up to my mouth, the hand would start shaking. More and more tremors as I grew older. For the last 30 plus years, I have had symptoms of tremor, and I'd start shaking, and I'd say, "But I'm not nervous. I don't know why I'm shaking," and they couldn't figure out. And of course, it would never happen. Sometimes at doctor appointments, and they just figured it was a nervous condition and left it at that. The symptoms kept on increasing to the point where the tremor would work up my body, and it would look like I was having a convulsion, especially at any level of excitement or stress, especially stress. I used to teach courses and I had to quit. I went to yoga and I had no balance, and I can't believe I'm standing like this. I don't want to cry. It gradually got worse. They treated me for essential tremor, and then the last 4 years, up to March, they treated me for Parkinson's, and I reacted to the medication. I looked anorexic because it was so hard on me, and also I would have, I'm shaking a little bit, but that's because I didn't think I was going to speak in front of a crowd.
Welcome to the unknown.
And anyways, to cut a story short.
No, don't cut it short. This is too good. How long were you treating for these tremors?
Over 4 years.
4 years.
For Parkinson's. And they tried different medications. I had hallucinations from some of them. I reacted strongly, and they said I was in the 10% that really reacted to Parkinson medication, but I had to be on it because the tremors were getting worse and worse. Last March, they sent me to a new neurologist, the director of the Movement Disorder Clinic in Calgary, and he looked at me and he said, "I don't think you have Parkinson's. I'm going to send you for some tests." So he sent me for an EEG and EMG, and I tested my tremor was 15 to 18 hertz, 15 regularly, and 18 when they stressed me. And so that's 15 times a second, 900 times a minute, all the time. You're worse when you're standing, but because I've had it for 30 years, it's progressed up. So I had to start using a cane, didn't go to exercise classes. I've been on disability for a while, got into depression because every medication we tried, there's no medication for, I was diagnosed with orthostatic tremor. And it's very rare. You typically get misdiagnosed with MS or Parkinson's, which is what happened to me. They have had me on anti-seizure medication. I came here with 8 different medications. I've had really good meditations that I texted my daughter and said, it feels like I've never even meditated before compared to this. And I've got all his books, and I've been following him and studying him. And I found him because I was trying to research for myself, because they basically said, you will end up in a wheelchair. And I'd go on the orthostatictremor.org site, and people would blog, and you'd read comments like, it only gets worse. And I had a really bad winter, and I thought, things have got to change. So I'm going to him. And I've had fantastic meditations, and I got into this morning's meditation. And at one point, about halfway through, you're supposed to have your eyes closed, and I flicked them open because it felt like somebody was kicking the bottom of my cane. I opened my eyes because I thought, did Dr. Joe walk up and he's trying to tell me something? And it just, from not knowing for so many years, because I've only been treated the last 5 years. So I was treated for essential tremor first. I've been fighting all those years to stiffen. As soon as I start to feel my shake, I'd stiffen. So I've wrecked my ankles and my hip and my back because you'd stiffen up all the time and you're tense all the time. And a lot of pain. So when I first started the meditation, I could really feel it in my ankles, and I don't feel it right now. And I have no pain in my back or my hip, which was always a bother. And I stood there with my feet together for the first time, and it was calm. And I have to take a picture because I know exactly where I left her. And I said to Trish, I said, I feel like an alien because, how many times does he have to say it before? But I am in a new body. And I just, well, that wasn't hard. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to listen and walk. And I still can't believe it. And I've been out walking because I can't explain it. I can't explain not having the tremor. I danced. It's just, and it's all because of you. And you did all the legwork for me because I was trying to research myself, came across your second book, and that started me going. Because I was trying to find, I thought there's gotta be something else. There's gotta be something else. And I've watched, I think, every video you have on YouTube. And
I've never seen them.
And I just want to say thank you because I'm healed. So it's only Thursday, so.
Now, isn't she beautiful? Now, let's break it down. 30 years she's been battling these tremors. And in time, they were getting progressively worse because that's the genetic timeline with a condition like this. Matter to matter, and dealing with it doesn't make much change. Would you agree? So then, she tries all the different drugs and all the different treatments, and the treatments actually produce enough side effects to cause her to hallucinate, to be depressed, and she's looking for answers, and it's not going to be within that paradigm, within that model. Are you with me still? Yes. She comes to this event, and she starts doing the meditations with a community of people that are tuning in to the frequency of the miraculous, to the uncommon, to possibility, and it's in the field. And she takes her body for a walk this morning. Takes her body for a walk. Now think about this. She had difficulty holding her body up without stabilization, 2 crutches. She could have stayed in her room this morning and said, I have a health condition, and I want to wait till the 9 o'clock meditation and just do it then. But she showed up. How do you explain to your mother, not your mother, but your mother at home, that you witnessed a person with a chronic health condition that tried all medical options and treatments, that was diagnosed for Parkinson's disease, went through a whole journey and never got anywhere, and all of a sudden, she started to believe in possibility. She started to think greater than how she was feeling. The information, the knowledge inspired her to build a model that it was possible. All the work she did in overcoming herself on Tuesday, on yesterday, was great effort. It was great effort to overcome the identity of her disease. You understand what I'm talking about? Yes? Because your body gives you instant feedback. So here she is on the beach. She's walking on the beach, no excuses, just walking as her future self, opening her heart and beginning to connect to that field, changing her energy, then embodying the energy of her future and beginning to emotionally condition her body into the future. Now think about this. Epigenetics says the environment signals the gene. Yes or no? Yes. The end product of an experience in the environment is called an emotion, yes or no? Yes. So, come on. Yes. So by her embracing the emotion ahead of the actual physical experience, she was signaling the gene ahead of the environment. The stronger the passion, the stronger the emotion, the more open the heart. The body does not know the difference between the experience in her life that's creating the emotion and the emotion that she's creating by thought alone. And so all of a sudden now, one gene upregulates for health, and certain genes downregulate for the disease and inflammation and pain, and next thing you know, she's standing there. She has no pain in her knees, no pain in her back, no pain in her ankles. She could hold her feet together. She comes back to her senses, and she's got a different body. Now, the nervous system is the facilitator. It's the superconductor of consciousness. And when she slows her brain waves down and moves from beta to alpha, she's in the operating system of the autonomic nervous system. Are you with me still? I can show you brain scan after brain scan. In fact, on Saturday, I'm going to show you what it looks like. When that autonomic nervous system heats up on a brain scan, now that automatic system that's controlling and coordinating all other systems is processing a greater frequency of oneness and wholeness. She's connected to oneness and wholeness. And anything that isn't whole is going to begin to change, because that frequency, a greater frequency, is going to consume an incoherent frequency, and we would call that a healing. And it happened in an hour. Turn the person next to you and explain.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.